One of those governments stepping into the breach is indeed Sweden, and its Deputy Prime Minister is Isabella Lövin, who now joins me from Stockholm. Thank you so much for being with us. What exactly are the
Thank you very much.
What exactly are the consequences of this executive order by Donald Trump for those working in the field of reproductive health?
Well, I think the consequences are mostly for the women that now will not be have the correct information around sexual and reproductive health and rights. You can see what happened during the last time when we had this so-called global gag rule during George W. Bush, and that is that the unsafe abortions actually increased. And I mean, this is really affecting millions and millions of women, because every second minute in the world someone dies due to pregnancy. And there's millions of girls getting pregnant before the age of 15. So the right to the access of correct information and safe and legal abortion is a matter of life and death for millions of women.
Now, will Sweden and these other European nations be able to cover all of the shortfall?
We don't know yet what the consequences will be, because what we've understood from this presidential order is that it's much more all-encompassing than the previous global gag rule. So we will see what the consequences will be. We will certainly step up on our financial commitments. We already dedicate 60% of our global health aid going to sexual and health, reproductive and health and rights. And I think mostly now we also need to mobilize the political commitment and the political will to show the world that this is a matter of health, it's a matter of gender equality, it's a matter of life and death. And we can't really go back on development, because maternal health has really improved during the last 25 years. Maternal mortality has gone down by 50%, and we can't really now turn that development to a negative one.
Now, you became an internet sensation after posting an image appearing to parody Donald Trump's signing of that anti-abortion executive order. It shows you signing a new law surrounded by female colleagues, by contrast to his photo, in which there were no women present. That was a case of trolling, perhaps?
No, listen, that was a very, very serious legal act that I was signing, a proposal for a new climate law. And we need climate leadership in the world right now. We see that climate skeptics are again gaining power in the world, and the situation is extremely serious when we see that the Arctic now was 25 degrees above its average temperature now in February. We need to have a serious climate action, and that picture, I think, I'm very happy that it was very much appreciated by so many people, because it's not only about gender equality, it's actually also about sustainability, fighting climate change and taking responsibility for the whole world.
Now, your government is very much touted as being a feminist government, but female members of your government, including the Trade Minister, recently found themselves in hot water after choosing to wear Islamic headscarves during an official trip to Iran. Isn't that hypocritical somewhat?
That delegation consisted of 15 people, out of which 12 were women. I think that was very, very unusual for a visit, an official visit to Iran, that the delegation consisted almost only with women, women with power. And that was very conscious. And I think our policy is to have a frank and open dialogue about human rights, about gender equality, about the situation of women. And those were the messages that were brought forward by the delegation in Iran. And by the way, the law in Iran is that you need to wear a headscarf. And for an official delegation, that was something that the delegation needed to accept.
But it's also a sign that feminism and foreign policy doesn't always go hand in hand, do they?
I think the feminist foreign policy that we are doing is a very, very systematic and consistent policy where we always factor in gender equality in all our dialogues, all our conversations, our development aid is very much streamlined, that we make sure that we have gender analysis in everything we do. And I think the message has gotten across. And without gender equality, you cannot have sustainable development. Without gender equality, you cannot have true democracy, because 50% of the world consists of women, and their voice must be heard.
Minister, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much.